when you did the Rick Ross, the diving board, bro, I'm talking about, I watched that video so many times, bro.
Yeah, that was just me being silly.
But I don't know what Rick Ross had going on, bro, and you came out there with your shirt off and them little shorts, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I could not stop watching that video,
Who
bro.
comes up with your content? Yo, what it do? It's your boy Brock, and this is the Brockcast. I'm joined with my co-host with the most, Mr. Petty Pat. Talk to him.
Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy, Petty Pat, Brockbrand Clothing, lead brand designer.
Man, today's guest, man, we have a hell of a guest. This guy has been seen all over the internet. You know him. I'm going to just give you a little background of what I have, man. He played his college career at Penn State. He was drafted by the 49ers in the second round in 2003. Played a stint with the Bears from 2007 to 2011, and is now advocating for the big guys around the world that played this position called D-tackle. My main man, Mr. Spice Adams, man. Appreciate you coming on the show,
Yes,
dog.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Ain't
Did
no
I
problem,
get all
man.
that right? Let me know,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, you did a great job, man.
And
that
I
was dope right
appreciate
there,
that.
man. I'm
I
like, dang, man, I
appreciate
did all that. That's what's up, man. And I'm repping for the big guys out here,
Yes,
man.
you've been repping for the big guys. Come on, man.
Man, you know how it be for the nose guards, man. We the
Yes.
unsung heroes, man. We in there in that A-gap, man, skinning and grinning, man, with 600 pounds wrapped on us, man. God, oh, man,
Come on,
ain't
so
no
you got
joke.
to set yourself apart some kind of way. Tell us
Yeah.
about what, put us in the mind of the D-line room. We just had my guy
Oh,
Chris Long.
man.
Like, what is it like being in the D-line room?
Oh, man, it ain't no joke, man. That's the first line of defense, man. So,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You see us first before you see anything else,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And you getting pancaked, you ain't holding up your end of the bargain, man. Then you got the linebackers out there trying to make you right, man.
Right,
so
right.
it's a trip, man. You know, you got guys from all walks of life, man, in that same room with you. Some people like to eat sunflower seeds. Some people
Right,
like
right,
to chew
right.
gum. Some people do the tobacco, you know, just to stay up in those long meetings, man. You be in those meetings for so long, 2-3 hours at a time, man. So it's a beast, man, but we all hold each other accountable.
Yes, sir.
And we all our brothers keepers in there, man. And, you know, you meet people from all walks of life, man, and it's just great when you could run different games and stuff like that. Like, you trust that your DN is going to come in and wipe everybody out and you're going to come out for contain.
Talk to us about the hazing. Did you get hazed when you got into the league?
Well, see, I went to the Niners.
Okay.
And so they was an older team, man.
Okay,
There was a lot of vets, a lot of guys that were married with kids. So they never really did nothing for me. I always just had to go get them something to eat or something like that.
right.
But it was never nothing crazy, man, because they was like, all these dudes was just teaching me how to be a professional.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you ever see somebody just have like a bad day or something like that, at the end of the day, they got their daughter running up to them that's 2 years old or something like that. Like me coming in, I ain't got no kids or nothing like that.
Right.
So me seeing that dynamic, it was a lot different for me. But I was like, man, this is like a old head team. Like I went to an old head team, so they wasn't with all that.
So you never
stuff.
got like a crazy tab, like where you had to go get food. It was $10,000 or something like that. No crazy tab.
No, they never really did that with me, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Not-
but
not too many
I
people
had
can
to go
say
get the food though.
Yeah, no facts.
Okay.
Yeah, every week. Every week, it was a third rounder with me too. Andrew Williams out of Miami. Shout out to Andrew Williams.
Let's go, shout
But so say this is the week, right? So this week I got to get up. I got to get Jamba Juice at 6 in the morning. I got to get everybody order. So I do that this week, and then Andrew got it the next week.
Okay,
But
you got
every
scheduled.
Saturday when we left, I had to go to this soul food spot called Jonathan's. So I had to go there. I had to get a bunch of lemon cake, all this other type of stuff, all this chicken and all this stuff that they wanted. I had to get everybody order right. And then you got to, some of the linebackers you got to get too, because we didn't draft a linebacker.
Okay,
So it's like, hey, you got to get the linebacker stuff too, you know what I mean?
Man,
So
come on, man.
stuff like that, but never like, oh, we going to cut your hair and you got to walk around and do it. Like none of that stuff. So.
Oh, that's
All
cool.
right, I know
That's
you've
cool.
probably been asked this whole time. Have you been making your stint? Talk to us about this game, man. Who you got in this?
Niners
Super Bowl?
all day.
Niners.
Niners
Oh, well,
all
of
day.
course.
We're
Let's
going to
enjoy
win by
the game.
3 touchdowns, man. Back
That boy
back
said
Niners.
21 points.
We're going to win by 3 touchdowns. It's going to look like a PlayStation game.
We
That's a
love
bold
it.
statement,
We
man.
love
That's a
Listen,
bold
the
statement.
defense got to play lights out, man. They
Yes,
play
sir.
lights out, man. You sack him and knock the ball out, he can't throw it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? If he ain't got the ball in his hand, he can't throw it.
You know how many people probably think that same thing about playing Mahomes?
Yeah, you got to.
Yes.
But, I mean, now you got to show out. You got to go and prove it. Now, this is the last game of the year. So you got to play lights out. You know, so people going to be like, man, did you see that defense? Like, dog, this is the game. This is the game when you got to do it. You got to do it with the front four. Like, ain't no blitzing.
Absolutely.
Like, the front four going to take care of it. So now y'all could you can break on every ball. If that rush is going, you can break on every ball and be right. So you can run the routes for them. If you got those front four, them big hog, they hogging the lane.
Yes, sir.
Bro, you can do all kind of stuff, man.
You ain't got to blitz.
You can run. You can break on the slant before it even happened. If that rush is there.
Right.
So if that rush is there and they humming and they got the backups coming in, like, fam,
come on, man.
it'll be a long day.
It's going to be a done day.
It'll be a long day.
So you're a former Bears player, right?
Yes, sir.
How does my boy finally got his due diligence, his dues, bro? Devin Hester, bro. How does that make you feel? They finally gonna get my boy put.
I hope so. It need to be official. It should have happened 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like that dude, like to go in the Hall of Fame, you got to be a game changer, right?
Yes.
Did this man not change the game every game?
People were scared to kick the ball to him.
Dog, they would rather you get the ball on the 40 than to kick it to Hess.
Kick the ball out of bounds.
I'm telling, dog, I was just talking about it, and I'm like, and then you got punt return, right? You got guys like Peanut Tillman that's on punt return. Like, this is a guy who he could potentially go to the Hall of Fame, right? He's your Pro Bowler, all that. This is your starting corner. He's on punt return.
Yes.
Not because, like, oh, man, this is something I got to do. Like, that man, like, loved to be on special teams because you get the block for Devin Hester. And you don't need to do much. All you need to do, really, is just get in front of the guy for 1 second. Like, Hess going to take care of the rest.
Right.
So, like, he make our job easier.
Hess go take care of the rest.
I remember, like, my first time being on the team, and I was on kickoff return. And I'm there, you know, I'm looking at my guy who I got. Yeah, so this is when the wedge was popping.
We got the wedge.
I'm on the wedge.
Yeah,
I'm not because of my.
You're not at the back.
No, so Hess catches it and he pitches to me.
Right,
no. Like
He
I'm on
on the wedge. He blocked.
Yeah, I'm on the wedge. So I'm looking to see who I got, whatever. Next thing you know, somebody come hit me upside the head like bam, and I'm like, man, who was that? I gotta turn around, it's Hess. He like, let's go, baby. So he hyped.
Oh, he hyped.
Like, so,
Because
he's seen the film. Like, he's seen me. Like, I'm going after somebody. Like, my whole goal was, like, to let your presence be known. So, like, I took pride in setting up that wedge and stuff like that. And I think Hess knew that. And so he's like, man, let me go get this dude hyped. Because if he get hyped, he going to bring other people with him, man. So, you know, it was a pleasure to block for my guy, man. And I couldn't think of anybody that's more deserving to go to the Hall than the game changer himself, Devin Hester, bro. Like, that man took the first kickoff in the Super Bowl to the house, dog. That man is unbelievable, man.
Right?
Dude is unbelievable. I never seen nothing like him. And then imagine, like, they called a couple of his touchdowns back.
Yes, multiple.
Like
several returns, too.
You know what I'm saying? So he would have broke the record even more.
All right, so talk about social media, man.
Yeah.
We going from football to social media. What got you into saying, nah, my football career is over with, I'm going to start making these funny videos on social media?
It all started as a dare, really, because I didn't want nothing to do with social media.
Damn,
so,
man, you couldn't tell.
Man, look, so Twitter, I'm like, it was 120 characters at the time. So I'm like, you put together your thoughts, whatever they are, and people judge your thoughts. Like, this is stupid.
Right.
Like, you post something and millions of people get to see it. I'm like, this is dumb, dog. And so guys like Chris Harris and Earl Bennett, like, these were the guys that was, like, heavy on social media. So they're like, man, you built for it. And so I'm like, I don't see it. So what they would do is they'll record me just walking in the locker room, like me just in my natural habitat, like me in the training room, me, you know, going to get some lunch or something like that. And I'd just be walking around, singing, dancing, doing all this stuff. And then they would put it up on Twitter and be like, man, you see how much engagement this is getting?
Yes.
And I'm like, for what? Like, dog, I just walked in, just doing what I normally do. And I didn't understand it, but, you know, I started gravitating towards it. And then I started asking them, like, hey, man, should I put these videos up? And they're like, yeah, man, like, we see this all the time in the locker room, but nobody else really get a chance to see it. So, like, I started putting it out, and the response was crazy, man. So I just started, I was like, man, so how can I monetize that? That was like the next step. So once I found that out, man, you know, I just hit the ground running.
Do you still understand it? Because, I mean, to be honest, we just starting off, bro. Like, we don't understand it. They talk, you know, my producers talk to me about.
Join the club.
algorithms and all this. I'm like, bro, I don't know what y'all talking about. Just tell me what to do.
No, we got to post it at 12. Like,
yes.
No,
they got certain times.
Is it ready to go now?
Right,
Just post it. Like, why we got to wait till noon? Right? It don't matter. Like you can never really get this down, dog.
Yes.
Like nobody, there's no book you can read to say you got to do this, you got to do that. What I learned is the realer it is, like the more people gonna gravitate towards it, and you ain't got to worry about if it's gonna get 1 million views or nothing like that. As long as you know your audience and your audience rock with you, then you start there, and then cause if you got 100,000 followers, it could be like D Wade could be one of the followers, Kevin Hart could be one of the followers. It's just the people that you have that have a little bit of influence. If those people are following you, then the sky's the limit for you, man. And so I don't think there's no rhyme or reason for it, man. Like I just put stuff out.
Yes.
And then I let, the audience do whatever they will with it, share it. I remember when I first started out, I was texting everybody, like, hey, bro, check out my video.
Okay.
Like, everybody in my phone contacts. Hey, man, check out my new YouTube video, man. This is funny, man, Now I just post it.
Yes.
And then, if you want to share it, you share it. If not, then...
What would you advise us to do? Because we're just getting started. We're trying to be consistent, and we want to get that engagement. Would you have any advice for us to keep this thing going?
I say just keep putting it out. Don't try to go viral. Just keep putting it out, man. Because when you try to go viral, it's like you lose the fun of it, man. And it becomes watered down, and you start chasing stuff. It's like. It's like, you played 11, dog. You know what I'm saying? You get to the point where it's like you think you chasing money now, or you chasing the Super Bowl. Let me go play for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Because they win the Super Bowls, but it's like, that ain't really your vibe, man. You more of a person that would thrive in New Orleans Saints defense or something like that. But to go and try to chase this ring, man, it get kind of watered down, man, and people start to understand what you're doing, and it's just like, but it's a beast, man. But I would say just keep putting stuff out, man. Keep being consistent, and just keep the content flowing. Because there's a lot of stuff I didn't want to put out that I thought was stupid.
Yes.
And that's the one that hit.
That's crazy, bro.
You know which one I most recent time you put out? The Rick Ross, bro.
Yeah.
When you did the Rick Ross, the diving board, bro, I'm talking about, I watched that video so many times, bro.
Yeah, that was just me being silly.
But I don't know what Rick Ross had going on, bro, and you came out there with your shirt off and them little shorts, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I could not stop watching that video,
who
bro.
comes up with your content? Do you just, is off the top
It's something
of the
off
dome,
social
or
media,
what?
you watch it,
Yeah,
and you just
sometimes
like,
I might get influenced by something, and I always give people the credit, or sometimes something might just be happening, like these women walking past with these big old plumes on their head. That might inspire something like a different outfit or something like that, man.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff I didn't want to do that I put out that just hit. Like I didn't want to do the Cream Bigums thing, and that's been the craziest.
Like you didn't want it, somebody else wanted you to do that? And
No.
Okay.
It was just in my phone. Like I got a bunch of stuff in my phone that I haven't posted. And I was just like, this is stupid. Like I'm in my garage. I got these high-waisted shorts on, these Chuck Taylors. It's stupid. Like
he can't hoop.
It's not even a rim.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a rim in there, dog. To me, it was stupid. And then I just posted it because I was just like, I hadn't posted anything in a while, and I was just like, I'm gonna post this and go to sleep. I posted it, went to sleep. I woke up. I had just crazy amounts of notifications, just
That's
man,
great.
Kevin Hart just posted your stuff on his page. I'm like, man, that man is a full-blown comedian.
Yeah.
That man been in movies. And that man been in more movies than I've been in games, probably.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
And, so I'm like, man, maybe he commented on it, but he ain't posted on his page. Sure enough, I go to his page, it's on there. Then Ludacris post, then House of Highlights, all these people with millions of followers started posting that video. So I'm like, dang, dog, that's crazy.
It's so funny watching you play basketball like that, and it's when I
you
see
gotta have some type of skill to play that bad.
bro. But when I watch it, bro, it's like I know so many football players that play exactly like that, bro, and they swear that they can hoop because people pick them up because they play defense so hard, bro. That's why people pick them up.
Yeah, I was more like I just wanted to get rebounds and stuff like that. I do one or two moves where somebody would be like, oh, like that
Right.
dude
One or two, though.
But it's always if, like, nobody give me the ball in the post. So then I get the rebound. Now I'm going coast to coast.
I'm not passing the ball.
You always got a big fella that's going to go coast to coast because you ain't passing them the rock.
When you do get it, I got to do something with it.
Yeah, man. So you get it around the back a couple times. They're like, oh, okay, man, got skills. Now they want passing the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
But, it's, everybody got to know their role, man.
Talk to us about the business approach about it, because we always try to get like the entrepreneur side, the business side of the athletes and our guests. Yeah. Talk to us about how has this social media and this stuff blew up so much that now it's a business.
Yeah, it's a beast, man. You gotta, understand who your audience is and understand what's gonna make people laugh and just like how to navigate through different things, man, and just try different things, man, and just see what it's just like. My wife hates when I do it, but I always just like relate everything back to football.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like when you step out on that field, you like, I'm prepared, dog.
Yeah.
Like I done watched the film, I done lifted all the weights, I done ran, I done did all this stuff. So it's the same thing with social media, man. Like I done put in the work, I done studied, I understand my audience and everything like that. So now I'm gonna cut the video and I'm gonna just put it out there, man. And you be the judge of it, man.
Yes,
so,
sir.
It's the same thing with football, man. Like
yes,
go ahead, man, judge me, man. I'm here.
So with that, how did that come about with the Old Spice sponsorship? How did you get on with Old Spice?
Well, a lot of different marketing agencies, they work with Old Spice, or they work with DraftKings, or they work with McDonald's, like all these different companies. And sometimes somebody from DraftKings might be working on the marketing side, and they leave, and then they go to, let's say, Subway or something like that, and they'll be like, man, we had this guy named Spice Adams who did a good job with us, man. Maybe I could think of something for him to do with Subway. And
That's
so
dope.
You make all these different relationships, man, with all these different companies and these different marketing agencies, man. And, the opportunity may present itself where it's like, hey, man, I'm with Old Spice now, man. You think you can do that same thing that you did with DraftKings with us, whatever? And that's how it come about, man. But I'm grateful for it all, man, for sure. Network.
So your networking is more important.
Got to make your network your net worth.
Man, I was just gonna say that because I've heard that saying so many times, but it's
so
really true because when you get out the league, bro. I'm be honest with you, bro. I just kind of feel, and I never walked around wanting that approach, like, oh, I need an autograph. I want people to notice me. I want, so I always took the humble approach because I knew once you get out of the league, nobody fucking care about you.
They don't.
They don't. If you're not pumping up their fantasy numbers, they do not care. So you have to start putting yourself out there, and I'm starting to learn myself.
Bro, it is tough, man. Like
Yes.
if you ain't won no Super Bowl, you ain't made All Pro, you ain't a Pro Bowler or nothing like you just a regular dude who played in the game.
Right.
Ain't nobody checking for you, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to be on this side of it, and then me, like I played nose guard. Like you definitely ain't gonna know who I am unless you're a full-blown hardcore fan.
I'm
it's
telling
like,
you,
I remember
bro.
Anthony Adams. He used to be in the trenches.
Yes.
Like, don't nobody really
I think
know,
the only
like,
nose
for
guard
real.
people really kind of know, you could say Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's because of his side and when he like the type of stuff he did with the Texans, right?
He got multiple
he made
Super Bowls.
he had multiple Super Bowls. He was one of the biggest dudes on the field, and when he got to Houston, he started wearing suspenders with cowboy boots and no undershirt, so it made himself noticeable.
They was on HBO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was doing that like while he was on Hard Knocks. So of course, like everybody gonna see that, but that's who he was. That was him being authentic. You know what I'm saying? But you know Vince Wilfork because he was All Pro, he was Pro Bowler, he's probably potential Hall of Famer and stuff like that. But when you got regular guys like me who like work hard and work hard in practice and stuff like that, nobody really gonna notice you.
Yeah, man. But brother, I appreciate you taking the time with us, just a couple of minutes, bro, because I know you can't get that time back. It's precious. We appreciate you showing us some love, man. Where can the people find you, boss?
Man, I'm Spice Adams everywhere, man.
Yes, sir.
Got the merch, shop.spiceadams.com.
Speaking of merch, let them know. Look at my boy got on the dollar bills.
Yeah,
on,
man.
man.
You know what
My
I'm
boy
saying?
be
Just
dripped out
something
every
light.
time I done seen
Just
him.
something
y'all.
light. I'm gonna try to be like y'all, man. I got a podcast coming out on Valentine's Day, man, called Off the Grid, man. So I'm just out here grinding, man. You know how it go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Petty Pat, you got some last words?
Guys, brockbrandclothing.com. Brockbrand Clothing on Instagram. Spice Adams on Instagram. My boy Mbrockers90 on Instagram.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And people, man, y'all already know if y'all rock with us, you know the motto. Don't get ready, stay ready. Peace.
That is.